Welcome to the dugout again. Pawan, what time were we supposed to go? 6:30, right? Sorry that we came at 7. I know it is 6:30 p.m. IST, but we come at 7 p.m. STST. Sports Today Standard Time. What to do?
I know, Siddharth, it's the time of the FIFA World Cup. Why are you scoring an own goal?
I've become Ayman Hussain. You know now the story of Ayman Hussain,
What is it?
the Iraqi national football captain.
Okay.
He scored the country's first goal after 40 years, but he scored an own goal against Norway. But he was responsible for 2 goals that Iraq scored. One an own goal, one the country's second goal in the FIFA World Cup after 40 years.
You know, you do something like this again, and I'll give you a Jamie Carragher reference. You know why?
Why?
And you don't want to get that. Because in his entire career as a Liverpool player, I think he managed about 11 goals.
10 of them were own goals.
9, I think, were own goals.
Oh, goodness. Jamie Carragher.
Yeah.
Oh, well. But that is the story. Ayman Hussain, I mean, very fascinating story indeed. Scored a goal, came on the charts, but you'll see A. Hussain, even for Norway, own goal in the 95th minute of the Norway-Iraq clash. I mean, you have to begin with FIFA reference because that is the thing going on. FIFA World Cup 2026. Now, after all the games, there are some lesser known teams that will be playing in the next 2-3 days. I mean, you got today Bosnia versus Switzerland, if I'm not mistaken. Bosnia Herzegovina is in Switzerland.
South Africa also.
South Africa take on
Mexico, I think.
No, South Africa take on Czechia. South Africa take on Czechia today. So that's the thing. So the major matches now will be from the 20th.
South Africa, Mexico has anyway happened, I think.
Yeah, that was the opening
Opener,
game, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
opener,
Yeah. So, yeah, but alongside that, yesterday, I asked a question to you guys. Was it Sunday? Because there were so many things happening in the sporting world. There was FIFA World Cup, coming off the back of a Messi hat-trick, Haaland brace, Mbappe brace. You had an India A versus Afghanistan A. All eyes on Weber Suryavanshi, more controversy there. India versus Afghanistan ODI, India versus Netherlands. You had Portugal, Democratic Republic of Congo.
On the body, I would say on the mind and the body, somewhat, as a sports journalist, I can say it was a wicked Wednesday, but for the passionate fan inside us, it was a wonderful Wednesday.
Yeah.
For the simple reason, you had just so much sporting action yesterday. Your day started with that Messi hat-trick. Then you had the India A game, which India won comprehensively. Then you saw the Indian men's senior team again register a comfortable win. And you had the women's team by the end of the day, who also registered a thumping win.
Yeah.
The day was done only as far as cricket was concerned. It gets better because football now starts. It starts with Portugal versus Congo, a frustrating match to watch as well, because there was only 2 goals to watch over there, both of them coming in the first 45 minutes. And then came that game against the game between England and Croatia. So action-packed, and a
24
wonderful Wednesday, as I said. It eventually turned out to be for the average for average sport fan, I should say.
What average sports fan? Yeah, I mean, you even had India beating Germany in the hockey FIH Pro League. That also was huge. So, basically, amidst all that maelstrom of action that was taking place, there was actually 2 incidents. One was a minor one, the other was a major one. The minor one is during the India-Netherlands game. Can you open that scorecard, Pawan, India versus Netherlands, the Women's T20 World Cup clash? Very interesting thing. I had pointed out there were a couple of players who used to do other day jobs, right?
You're pointing that out to us.
Yeah,
Yesterday. One of them was the opener.
Yeah, I'll point out one more.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Now, just go to that game, India versus Netherlands. Okay. Because there a very fascinating incident, India women. Yeah. Go to the Netherlands game. Go down. Go down.
Go up.
The Netherlands. I just want to look at that. Okay.
Now go up.
Go up, go up, go up, go up.
Yeah, stay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caesar,
Robin Rishke. Okay. She dropped a catch
Huh?
of a Indian batter. She dropped a catch. I don't remember who was the Indian batter. Robin Rishke, the commentator said, one of the commentators, oh, it's a criminal thing that she's done. Ian Bishop on air pointed out, Well, it's interesting you say criminal. She's got a degree in criminal psychology.
Oh,
Yeah, Robin
it
Rishke.
is psychology.
Criminologist. That's what there is a
Okay.
term that is there. Criminologist. So she's done a degree in criminologist in that sense. And
Criminology.
criminology
maybe,
in that.
if-
I
yeah,
think that is her
must be
degree.
the-
But she's a criminologist. And then they said, wow, you use the term criminal for a catch crop. That was the thing. But Robin Rishke, and I pointed out Babette de Lede, again, a lot of interest for other Dutch fans. She's a cousin sister of Bas de Lede.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
seizures.
Seizures is, when you look at it, Caroline Jalanga is a nurse. She's a doctor, Caroline Jalanga. And Heather Seizures is also, she does a job. No, she's not a full-time cricketer. in that
Techie
sense.
was she? You
She
said?
Tata Steel.
Tata
Steel.
Steel.
She was a Tata Steel female. So imagine, dropping a catch is criminal, but coming from an individual who's done a degree in criminal psychology, that is very good indeed. But
But before we begin, there's something, Siddharth, you were telling me by the time that I'd come to office, you were already on that story. Let's spend some time talking about it, because just a couple of days back, it was here on the dugout, we were talking about how a 74 match IPL could soon become a 94 match IPL. But I believe there is an update on that front that you've picked up.
yes, there is a major update that is there on that IPL thing, because see, what has happened is Devajit Sekia spoke to PTI, okay. He's spoken about two things. One, about the window. Because of the rain, because of the heat, thank you, after 18 years of pain, to understand that extreme heat in May is not for any normal individual. We are surviving, that is an exception to the norm up north during May. But now, because of rain, because of heat, IPL may begin early and end early. That's one thing. But there is the other major thing which we have about this particular thing of 94 games. We are talking about it, right? From 74 to 94 games, from IPL 2028 onwards it might happen.
And then you revert to the home and away format as well. Right now, there is home and away, but only partially. You play the
Yeah.
teams in the same group that you are in, when there aren't groups
Yeah.
per se, but for all for fixture related purposes, for scheduling purposes, we know teams are put in two groups.
Yeah, they play twice in the same group, and the
group
other one
opposite 1-1-1. And I think the one that plays right in front of you, that
They play
team you play twice. But anyway, with 94, the expectation was you will revert to type and you will start seeing home and away, truly home and away format once again. But that may not happen.
I am very sorry to pour cold water over all your ambitions. A 94 game IPL ain't happening for the next couple of years at
Pouring
least.
cold water in this heat is a nice idea, maybe.
It'll escape the humidity that is there, because even when you come out of when you're having a bath, you feel you're sweating. When you come out, you're sweating. When you try and stay cool, when you come out for even a minute, you sweat. It's terrible. But then, unfortunately, you will not see a 94 game IPL for three simple reasons.
Okay.
Reason number one, which many people are not talking about, is our own domestic structure, our own domestic system. I mean, in the Sena countries, there is a period, for example, England, they play from April to September. That is their domestic season. But India's domestic season starts from August with the Irani Trophy. Then you have Duleb, then you have Ranji, you have Vijay Hazare, you have Syed Mushtaq Ali. It ends with Ranji in March. August to March, which is August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months. Add 2 months more of IPL. 10 months of domestic cricket. Now, if you want to expand it, Devajit Sekia has mentioned, we are getting a 2-month window with great difficulty. How will we squeeze in 94 games? Your own domestic structure will not allow you to. Number one. Number two, you don't know the Futures Tour program after the World Cup is over in 2027.
Yeah.
So that is one logistical reason where you'll have to wait and watch, depending upon the bilateral agreements. And point number two leads to point number three. Bilateral agreements. If you play 94 games, you will have to include a 3-month window max. Max 3-month window. Many teams may not be able to relinquish their bilateral
Do you
ties.
need one full month for just 20 matches?
Yes. Because what will happen is you will not play that many double headers.
Yeah, because I was just about to come to that. This time what we saw, there weren't any double headers in the month of
May.
May, but in June there were.
Mhm.
In March,
April you had.
In April there weren't, and in May they were.
No, ulta.
Ulta.
April you had, May you didn't have.
Okay.
Yeah. April until last week, every Saturday, Sunday, you had double headers.
So why can't you have more double headers?
The broadcasters are not so keen on having double headers
headers.
because what happens is you've always seen one match overlaps with the other.
Yeah.
They rarely finish on time. Let's make one thing very clear. If you guys accuse us of Sports Today of being late, how many times IPL matches have finished to the brief? 4 o'clock start should end by 7:15. No, goes well beyond 7:30, 7:45. You don't get the analysis, you don't get all of that, you don't get that much of airtime for the other game. The next game is already the build-up, so they don't want double headers. Now, assuming the broadcasters don't want that many double headers, you cancel even 1 day of a double header, 4 days of double headers in a month you cancel. 8 games you still have to play in addition to that, which is why you will need one full month to do it. You got a gap of 4-5 days before the finals and all of that. 1 day gap, eliminator, qualifier 1, 1 day gap, qualifier 2, 1 day gap, final. So you need one full month, which is why you need a 3-month window for the whole thing. Now March to June, there will not be that much of time. Point number 2 leads to point number 3, which is why if you want a 94 game IPL, might happen after 2028. When the future tours program is finally sorted.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't all of this happening because that FTP is already being discussed right now? And in the month of July, just as you remember at the final, you had an ICC board meeting. I think there's one more meeting set to take place in Edinburgh in the month of July.
Yeah, I think that will
It's
be
in
a
the
review meeting or a
Okay.
quarterly meeting. I'm not so sure about the Edinburgh meeting. It is there, but I'm not sure what is the agenda there. Okay, might be on the quarterly review meetings and all of that takes place. But see, main reason, domestic reason is one, from August to June, you're playing non-stop domestic cricket, or May. So 2 months only. That is one hindrance. Then you got IPL, if you want to expand bilateral ties, bilateral agreements. How much will each team play? Availability, player availability, and all of that. That is 2, and that leads to 3. Not enough of double headers. Broadcasters want to spread out much more, so you need a 3-month window. All these reasons are the key factor why you won't see a 94 game IPL very soon. Unless you know the FTP, if the bilateral series have all been shunted out, then and only then.
So is this, I don't know, maybe digressing a bit, but let's try and wrap up this particular
Yeah.
subject very quickly. The franchiseification of cricket that we were talking about just yesterday, I think, when Shane
Yeah.
was also with us. Does this sort of stop that franchiseification of our sport?
Yes, it does. Because your cricketing calendar is a mess.
But is it good or bad then if that if franchise games are being
It is a bad sign.
curtailed?
It's bad.
Bad.
It's bad. For 2 simple reasons. One, your bilateral series now, even now Saurav Ganguly has mentioned in an interview, I'm just doing the rounds on social media, scrap away T20 bilaterals. You don't need a T20 bilateral. ODI bilaterals are becoming very cumbersome. That opens the door for franchiseification of cricket completely. It will go the Premier League way. It will go in the Football League's way. It will go. It's only a question of when. Keep ODIs only for World Cups. Don't ever play bilaterals. Even if you want, directly jump into the ODI bit. Now, what is it? You're playing cricket all year long, 2020 and all of that. Jump directly into it. What is the harm?
No, but then you can't just completely shelve the idea of ODI bilaterals for the simple reason. How do you ask a team to suddenly, they've played T20 cricket for 3 years, 4th year you tell them, okay, this is the year of the World Cup, now straight away just jump into it. There's got to be some sort of prep, right? We've time and again spoken about how is it that the demands of every format are different and the players find it difficult to adjust, firstly to the pitches, secondly to the demands of the sport or the demands of the format. How will we expect champions to emerge then, or elite ODI players? We speak of so many players who've been phenomenal ODI players, haven't necessarily been great T20 players. So
Again,
how do you cultivate more such players than?
this is where using the football analogy in cricket is completely wrong. For one simple, fans believe, oh, you have to go the Premier League way, you have to go the football way. But football is uniform. There isn't a format of football. You play 90 minutes and then you play additional when there is extra time and penalties. That's a fixed format.
Yeah.
Football doesn't operate on whims. Oh, let's play a 45-minute game only. Let's make it a T20 football game. Let's make it a 180-minute football game like a test match.
Well, they've made football look like hockey. There's 4 quarters now.
Yeah, I mean, those breaks and those breaks for a normal football fan is so jarring and so out of sync.
It's bad, and especially if you cut to ads, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've touched on that in football.
Football Unfiltered. Yeah, do check those episodes out. 5 episodes are out of Football Unfiltered, so do check that out.
Speaking of ODI cricket and great players in ODI cricket, I know one player who happens to be the 3rd highest in terms of century count in ODI cricket, has over 10,000 runs as well. He's facing some questions. He plays for India. Former captain Rohit Sharma scored 48 runs yesterday. Was unfortunately run out
In the first ODI.
in the first ODI. What are these concerns like? Are there more fitness concerns? Are there more form concerns? Where are we with Rohit?
Look, this is where the bilateral series thing, people will brush this under the carpet because the series has got no relevance. And that's a broader concern when it clouds our analysis point also. Now, a Shubman Gill is facing a scrutiny. Oh, he's a minnow basher. Oh, Ishan Kishan can only hit minnows. He's got 100 against, he's got 200 against Bangladesh, minnow. 125 against Afghanistan, minnow. Shubman Gill can't perform outside Asia, minnow basher. But we will never say the same thing about a Rohit failure. If you've gotten success, you have to judge everything in that same weight. But if you get failure, you have to judge according to that same criteria which is there. If Shubman Gill had failed against Afghanistan, the swords would have been out for him. Now, Rohit represents a very interesting conundrum. Before all the fans say, oh, look at this negative PR campaign that has been run to get Rohit out. Oh, look at this Delhi lobby. Look at Kolkata lobby. Look at Chennai lobby. Look, boss, there are serious concerns over Rohit Sharma. I'll tell you why. Because Pawan, just open up, because let's look at it in 2 halves. Okay. Let's look at the 2 series that are below. Okay. Australia and South Africa. Rohit came for the Australia series after a gap of 8 months. February, he led India to the Champions Trophy title.
And just for more context, may I add, the first appearance for him after he was stripped of his ODI captaincy.
Yes, and correct me if I am wrong, prior to that, he had announced his test retirement with Virat.
That's right. That happened in the midst of the IPL.
After the IPL was suspended because of Operation Sindoor, okay? He came back. Now he is just a one format player, okay? 8 months, didn't get off to a great start in the first ODI, but hit 73 and 101, showed his class, ended the tour of Australia with an average of 101.
And man of the series.
And man of the series, okay? South Africa, he ended with 146 runs at an average of 49.
You take that as well.
Yes, but this is where the glory period ends, because that was in late 2025, November 2025. After that, you went into T20 preparation mode, okay, barring one series,
New Zealand.
Now, this is where the problem has arisen. 20 runs, 61, 20 average 61 runs, and now the Afghanistan series, 48 and 16. 1 run out, 1 he looked good, but he fell by a misjudgment of a delivery from Rashid Khan, who got it to skid through, okay. If I judge Rohit on 2025, oh, why are we even having this topic? But now, he's got 2 series
Of dwindling returns.
Which has almost cancelled out the 2 returns that is there in this series, almost.
And I don't know, I'm pretty sure Pawan didn't come out with this picture for any ulterior motives. It just happens to take me to the second point as well, and it comes at a time, as this picture encapsulates as well, when he's facing injury troubles. This was, by the way, a picture of the time he got hit on the first ball that
First
he
ball,
faced.
yes. And again, Rohit is battling a hamstring injury.
Yes.
And the nature of the injury has never been officially revealed by either Mumbai Indians or by the BCCI.
It was a tear, right?
It is a tear. It's a very bad tear. He's managing his workload. He's running okay, but it is a tear which is like not looking good. Okay? Look at the IPL returns. How many runs did Rohit Sharma get in the IPL? Pawan, if you can get that graphic up also. IPL 2026 started well against Kolkata Knight Riders, if I'm not mistaken. But after that, he had a solid downturn. And the game against RCB,
But again, my question is going to be the same. To what extent do we look at his IPL numbers? Because
you're mixing formats.
you're mixing formats and you don't want to be charged of that.
You got an average of 35.3 and 157, but then he didn't play for most of the matches. He came in as an impact sub.
This, by the way, is still one of the better seasons for Rohit Sharma, looking just at his averages and I would say strike rate as well, because the last season he averaged
Just under 30.
29, yeah, just about 30 over there, let's round it off. And then 149 was his strike rate. The year before that, 2024, averaging 32, strike rate of 150. So, in comparison to the last two seasons, Rohit had a much better
IPL
season this time around in the IPL. But
fitness.
if the one thing you will remember this season of Rohit Sharma for was the fact that he was plagued with a couple of injuries.
Yes, and he came back. He had to go to Center of Excellence. Remember, he went in late. He then got the clearance. He's now playing in the two ODIs. The third ODI offers the last chance for him to get a redemption thing. Okay, Chennai, he might do well there. He will get his average boosted up if he does well there. But two series of greatness against Australia and South Africa. New Zealand, very poor series. And it comes at a time when is the world going to end with Rohit Sharma not there in the Indian cricket team?
What do you mean?
If you leave a Rohit Sharma out now,
Will hell break loose?
will hell break loose?
That's what you mean.
Yes. Will hell break loose if Rohit Sharma is not picked? Say, because now I'll again tell you, people are harping on, oh, there are 16 months for the World Cup. That's very little time. Rohit is not playing cricket consistently. He's only an ODI player. You are playing now 3 ODIs England.
No, but he's trying to be a part of all, or you're not trying to manage his workload just as much as you're trying to manage the workload now, I would say, of a Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah. You're looking at Siraj's workload as well. And I do remember this coming from Ravi Shastri. I agreed as well. I think Gautam Gambhir had also said it at one point. Why do you have to look at workload management for batters? With fast bowlers also, you totally just understand when you're talking about a fast bowler, their case is very different. Batters love being out there in the middle, especially if you're a one format player. I don't think workload really becomes an issue for Rohit Sharma.
This isn't a workload, rhythm.
So he's going to be playing every ODI possible now. I think India are left with about 22 ODIs before the World Cup starts.
3 ODIs in July end.
Yeah.
Then August you don't play a single ODI. September also you don't play a single ODI until towards the fag end. Against West Indies you play 3 ODIs. 5 ODIs against New Zealand, that will be the key. So 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 for the end of the year.
For the end of the year. Then I think you're playing Zimbabwe, are you?
3 ODIs.
January.
Yeah.
After which I think the roster has not come out yet. You're still waiting for bilaterals.
We know the roster.
It'll be IPL. Then there'll
BGT.
be Asia Cup. There'll be BGT. There'll be World Cup. And you know if there's any time left over there, which I don't know there will be, or I doubt, the BCCI will squeeze in another bilateral.
I remember, November you are having the World Cup.
From what I remember, the broadcaster tell us the number stood at 24 prior to the start of this series. It's now down to obviously 22 with 2 ODIs being played already. So if you're looking at 22 matches, Rohit Sharma has to play all 22 if his body allows him to. If he's 100% fit, he's got to be playing them all. I think you end up taking a call on him on 2 parameters. If across these 22 ODIs, there is far too many reoccurrences of these injuries that take place. If Rohit Sharma is only going to be available for about half those number of matches because he's out injured, then you really take a call. If the injury is resurfaced and you're not sure of his availability, then even in bilaterals, I think it will only be fair then, because you will have proof that these are injuries that have really started to happen over a 10 to 12 month window now. This is exactly the kind of scenario that the BCCI had in mind when they made that captaincy switch, gave the baton to Shubman Gill, and then the BCCI will perhaps be vindicated if they see there being a pattern in terms of injuries. That's number one. Number two, because injuries you cannot truly predict. Number two, and I think this becomes actually the bigger point between the two, his form. I am not too worried if you ask me. I've seen two matches from Rohit Sharma right now. Saw 3 from New Zealand, and must admit that he's not looked good in the last 5 ODI innings of his. But did he not look good prior to that? He looked very, very good. We were all celebrating how Rohit and Virat, when their backs were against the wall, when the chatter about fitness, commitment, longevity, all of that was being talked about, both of them came out with flying colours. With Rohit Sharma, the case is different to Virat. We've established that already, so I'm not going to get into the details of that. But with regards to Rohit, till the time there are good enough performances coming in from him, I'm not accepting this for now. Of course, these are below par performances. Even he wouldn't be happy with this. But if 2 series end up, becoming 4-5 or maybe 4 at least, I think this conversation sort of gains more momentum and merit. If it's a 4 series sort of a sample size that you're looking at, because right now, what, 6 matches you would have played across these 2 series, 3 and 3, and I'm assuming another 3 and 3 that he plays going forward. So you would have had a good 12 match window to look at, and I think that's a good enough sample size for you to then be taking a call. How many matches he's available, what's his injury like, what's his fitness like, and what's his form predominantly like. So just a couple of ordinary series, I'm not going to be looking at it, and in fact even after that I'm willing to have a conversation and try and assess my options. Speaking of options,
Which is why, see,
who are Rohit's options? If we are going on that road, do we have options to replace a Rohit Sharma?
of course we have options. But that is the talent dearth that we have in Indian cricket. There are so many options, but we can't get it. Yes, there is a talent dearth.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. But Rohit, when you look at it, 11 matches since his return, after being stripped of captaincy, 6 poor innings and 5 good innings. It's split down in the middle.
As 50-50 as it is.
As 50-50 as you can get. Because 2 good knocks, Australia, 3 good knocks against South Africa, 1 bad knock against Australia, 3 bad knocks against New Zealand, 2 bad knocks. So it is 6-5, very much in the middle as far as Rohit Sharma is concerned. But as I said, the world will not come to an end, or hell will not be unleashed if Rohit Sharma, if the decision is made even today. I'll tell you why. There are 2 options. A third one is the ultimate outlier. Outlier number is the third one, which I will mention later.
There could be a fourth as well, if I'm reading you right over here.
No, there isn't a fourth.
There isn't?
There's only 3.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one, who's currently setting the stage on fire in white ball cricket, Ishan Kishan. Okay. Ishan Kishan has made his second life count in Indian cricket. From SMAT success to T20 World Cup success to now even in the ODIs where he's doing so well. He's now gotten 100 and he outperformed Shubman Gill on certain occasions in that knock in Lucknow. Okay. When he got 210, he didn't get to play after that. That was the unfairness of the Indian cricket team that was there. You score a double 100 and you get dropped.
Remember that time when BCCI shot that BTS video and he told Rohit, "Arey bhaiya, main kya bataun, aapne hi to nahi khilaya."
Exactly. You're going to see a same situation. The cycle of life comes back yet again, because on current form,
what's his form like right now?
Current form, when you look at his, I'll get to the opening numbers first.
Okay.
9 matches, he's gotten 9 innings, 495 runs as an opener at an average of 62. 62. Ishan Kishan was in good form even in the first ODI, also scored that 100 in the second ODI. IPL, he was in top form. You look at all the other previous seasons in the T20 World Cup, he played so many good knocks, which ensured India would escape. Ishan Kishan at this point in time, so many people are saying, even Sunil Gavaskar, who's been speaking regularly in sports, even he also mentioned, boss, Ishan Kishan's performances have all but given him a confirmed seat for this 2027 World Cup in South Africa. We know he's going to be confirmed in the squad, but I want him in the playing 11. Now, when India didn't do well or did do well, you had a left-hander doing well. Whenever India have done well in ICC events, except these last couple of months, couple of years, a left-hander has done well. You had a Shikhar, you had a Gautam Gambhir, you had a Yuvraj Singh, but ever since India became all right-oriented, where has the success come that often? It's come in 24, it's come in 25. Why not have a left-hander at the top, disrupt the entire dynamics? It was a left-hander anyway that changed your fortunes.
26.
Yeah. Yes, a right-hander did change your fortunes, you adapted in Sanju
I was about
Samson.
to come to that only. If you're looking at an Ishan Kishan, and as we show our family members, there's another left-hander in Yashasvi Jaiswal that we could talk about as well. He's been rather unfortunate not to have gotten a lot of ODI opportunities. 5 matches, 175 runs for him, 44 average, you take that, and 100 as well for him.
In the series against South Africa.
In the series against South Africa, that is a point to be taken note of. We've spoken of 2 left-handers over here. Why not a Sanju Samson?
57 average at a strike rate of 99. Now, if that is unfair, well, Sanju Samson has always been having injustice attached to his name for a very, very long time.
Almost his middle name.
Yes, Sanju Injustice Samson. I mean, what do you do? 57 average and 99. How can you drop a guy? But he doesn't feature because he's already fighting for an ODI berth with KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan, and now him. How on earth will Sanju Samson come in? But my third option was the ultimate outlier. I know he's only 15. I know 117 runs in the current A tour, but he's got one more game still.
Yeah, to redeem himself.
Boss, what stops you from just unleashing Vaibhav Suryavanshi? I'm not looking at 100, 190, 200 from him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 20 ball 45, India race past 100, and you got the accumulators who can ensure that we get to 350, 380 on a consistent basis. I give a great start in South Africa. He's had experience of playing there. Why can't I get in a Vaibhav Suryavanshi in? But all these 3 guys, Ishan, Yashasvi, will not even make it for one simple reason. Because Shubman Gill is your ODI captain, he will open. How about Rohit Sharma? Rohit Sharma is the main thing. I had said, I mean, when we were having discussions even after the IPL, get Suryavanshi even in ODIs. How will you get him in when Rohit is already there?
No, you need a very strong reason. If the selectors are to make that call, you will need not one but multiple reasons to tell Rohit that, listen, we're planning to move on from you, we're done. And that conversation will be an uncomfortable conversation, and it can only happen once there is concrete proof. At the moment, I doubt there is concrete proof. Yes, there may have been concerns a few months back with regards to his fitness. He's worked on his fitness, by the way. He may just be having a tough time right now. By the way, he's all clear. Barring the injury blow that he had while he was playing, and we've not gotten any update on his on the fact that he got hurt on his wrist. Otherwise, he's cleared and he's fit from what we understand. As far as the BCCI's the Indian team management's word is concerned, we heard from Sairaj Bahutole, who's the new spin bowling coach. He said that Rohit obviously is somebody very central to our plans going forward. So you've heard all those things with regards to Rohit Sharma. If the selectors have to take a call on him at some point, it will only and only happen once you're really seeing a string of bad scores for Rohit. Only then. Injury, let's keep that aside. Let's keep that aside because we can't predict injury, and we've already said whatever that we had to talk about. the unpredictable nature of an injury for any athlete or anyone for that matter. But with regards to Rohit Sharma's form, I think that will have to be the clincher. If the runs are coming, you will even be okay going with the Rohit Sharma, who's giving you sort of 50-50 signs, because when Rohit Sharma scores, you know he can score big, and I don't think there is any candidate out there. You mentioned Sanju Samson, we talked about a Jaiswal, we talked about Ishan Kishan and a Vaibhav Suryavanshi as contenders to replace Rohit if at all that time comes. But let's not forget, none of them, they can replace Rohit Sharma with the bat, the runs, but not for his wisdom and his experience. And I have no qualms in saying that at all. In a big tournament like the World Cup, experience wins you matches as well. Not always runs, of course, you need runs to play with, but the experience of playing the situation, understanding the pressure. One of the reasons you wanted Rohit Sharma to be around there after you were taking his captaincy away is because you wanted him to be that guiding light for somebody like a Shubman Gill, and he has been that guiding light. Let's make no mistake about it. You oftentimes see Shubman Gill in consultation with Rohit Sharma, and I think it's very, very important, not just when you talk about DRS, but about tactics as well. And we've seen those conversations happen. I think Rohit Sharma's presence in that dressing room is going to do them a world of good. He's not that character, let's be honest about it. He's not that character who's going to cause any sort of discomfort and disruption in the dressing room. We know that you've had players who've spoken very highly of Rohit Sharma. We've heard several stories of how desperately he wanted to win the World Cup as captain in 2023. He's on a mission. He's on a mission. With Rohit Sharma, I always say one thing, and this is how I am looking at him. They say, you know, he's almost like, you know, he's that Ghayal cheetah, as they say. He's that Ghayal tiger, whatever you want to say. He is hurt because of what happened in 2023, and he's a man on mission. He's a man on a mission, and I think that drive within, if the runs can come, will really hold this team in very good stead.
See, you got 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. You got 14 ODIs until the end of the year to prove your mettle. Okay, so that is where I think it's going to be a really important situation for him. But a call will have to be taken if he continues the trend. It's 50-50. 5 matches he's done well, 6 matches he hasn't done well. But if he continues that very middling thing, you have to take a call, because see, at one point, I know experience plays a vital role. I know that senior players will win you games. This is a MS Dhoni template where senior players will win you games because they have the experience of handling pressure in any situation. But somewhere down the line, it is not easy. You'll be 40 in 2027. What do you do? Tendulkar also didn't stretch his World Cup career until 2011. He was 38 at that time. That was his last chance. He was not going to make it to 2015.
No chance about it.
No chance.
No chance about it.
Now, this is the last of the last chance for Rohit Sharma. If he can't make it, then that's it. It was never meant to be for Rohit Sharma to win the World Cup. Never, because he didn't play 2011. That's the unfortunate bit. Virat has completed the set. He doesn't need to worry about it. He's done everything that needs to be done. He had the T20 World Cup that he had to win. He won it.
But I'll tell you why Virat will need it much more. Equally more, I would say, or equally as much as Rohit Sharma wants it. Because I remember one thing that Virat had once said. He said that he was too young in that dressing room to understand the emotion that was coming out, the overflowing of the emotion at that time from the man that he idolized the most, from a Harbhajan Singh, from a Yuvraj Singh, all these guys who were big players in that dressing room. He saw an outpouring which, for a young cricketer like him, made very little sense as to why all these guys were crying and what that emotion was all about. It just happened, that World Cup victory for the Indian team. And now Virat will know that, you know, when he plays the 2027 World Cup, it would have been 16 years.
Yes.
16 very long years. You've had multiple attempts. He was in the scheme of things in 15, 19, he was the captain. 23, he was part of the leadership group, so to say, a very senior figure. And now come 27, he's had 4 attempts after that. It didn't happen. And he knows, we saw Virat Kohli, right? He got the player of the tournament award. the most unhappy player of the tournament you will ever see. And I
Like the
don't blame
Messi
him.
moment in 2014.
Or the Mbappe moment, I would say.
22. Yeah.
So
After such a superhuman effort to win the second,
to
it's
be
back.
second best like that. So yeah, I think Virat's going to be equally driven because now he knows, as a senior statesman, how difficult it is to get that trophy in the cabinet again. So
Indeed.
it's that drive, the purpose, the desperation, all of that. All of it. Obviously, when I say desperation, not negative. Obviously, these things will make the difference.
Yep. But what do our family members have to say? That's what we are keen to know. And Danush is saying, Rohit is desperate to win ODI World Cup. That's why he's stretching himself 40 years despite indifferent form and ordinary fitness. India won 2011 without him. It is why I'm saying we have the talent.
So he's suggesting that you could do it again, is he?
He's not suggesting, but then see, Rohit, if he doesn't go to the World Cup, it won't be a big loss for the Indian cricket team. That's what Danush is suggesting.
Okay.
Because
But I don't see anything wrong in being desperate, by the way. Nothing
I mean,
wrong in that.
until you're
Messi was
performing,
also desperate for the World Cup last time around, and so he got it. And desperation at times has a negative connotation to it. In sporting, this thing, in sporting connotation, see, desperation is one. Over desperate when it's not working out well for the team and all. That is when it becomes a problem.
I mean, will you call a Luka Modric desperate?
Absolutely not.
He's 40 plus, right?
Absolutely not.
And look at the performances he still is giving in an elite sport like football. So that's the thing. And Pushpavati is like saying in yesterday's video, why are you worried about Gill fitness? He will get multiple breaks in, by the way, up to 2027. Forget he won't be part of the T20 bilateral and he'll get long breaks before BGT series. Agreed, yaar, Pushpavati, but then what is to suggest Gill can't make a comeback in the T20 scheme of things? What is to suggest? With Suryakumar Yadav now gone, yes, he's not been picked for the Asian Games squad. He's not there in the England squad for the T20Is. But what is to suggest that maybe after the Asian Games squad is done, the series is done, maybe Gill might feature himself. From 2027 onwards, he plays T20s after the end of the ODI World Cup. Who knows?
Think Siddharth, again, down to sample size and all. We know he had a good year in the IPL. He took his team to the final, was the captain, had runs under his belt. That's never really a concern with him, and at a better click than what we've seen in the past. But I think you will need, because you just discarded him from the setup. You took a big call on him. He'll have to do something extraordinary, I feel, for him to be making a comeback, because there are so many people in the T20 pipeline. The battle's just gotten very, very stiff.
Yeah, it is. And Pushpavati again is saying, Rohit, let him play up to next IPL. After IPL ends, selectors should take a decision on Rohit. You will be having 5 months left out. See Yashasvi, not urgent to play him now. Rohit will retire after IPL. He will play. No, yaar, Pushpavati, no. 5 months. Too little time. And what if your plan B doesn't work? By that logic, a Shubman Gill should have gotten captaincy after IPL 2027. Isn't it? Rohit's not performing. Let him take a call. Yaar, he's retired. Boss, you need time. That's why 2 years in the middle of the cycle, you gave Shubman Gill the captaincy. Despite Rohit winning you the Champions Trophy, by the way, and the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
But that call we begrudgingly have appreciated it. That's the way. And Freaking Awesome is saying, I'm only worrying about Rohit's fitness. Although he's a naturally aggressive batter, he can give a slow and steady start to if the situation demands. It is very hard to replace him straight away.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying the time is now. If he doesn't do well, say after New Zealand. Say after New Zealand, you're given us fair sample size of 3 plus 3 plus 5. Another 11 games. You have to take a call, my friend.
Yeah.
Sarath is saying, so after IPL it was Weber was backed up. Before AFG series it was Jaiswal. After last ODI it was Ishan. Great for the talks you're finding players, but did they break the door? Is experience that easy to get? Boss, you'll only get the experience if you get chances to play inconsistently. Yashasvi Jaiswal, after he hit that 100 against South Africa and Vizag, how many ODIs did he play? 10, 15, 20? 2 or 1. That's it. He couldn't play more. What are you worried about? The simple thing is breaking the door. You need to have a sample size to break the door, yeah, but there is no sample size. With Ishan, he hasn't opened ever since that 2010.
Yeah.
That 210 that he hit against Bangladesh. Where has he opened that much? He hasn't. So, I'm sorry, folks, this thing about breaking the door, experience, you don't have the same yardstick for everybody. That's the problem. And introspection, we ideally need young openers with fast reflexes. I'm worried about Yashasvi's performances. He looks bogged down. I think Yashasvi will slide down. I
Yeah.
think he's really getting distracted
His
on a lot
IPL
of.
also was very under par.
Yeah, which is why trouble signs for Yashasvi, but everybody will encounter at this point in time. And Anshu Mishra is saying, turning out to be an intense FIFA World Cup. Clearly, the gap between South American, European teams and rest of the world teams has reduced by a great margin. This tournament could spring more surprises.
Yeah, true. From what we've seen so far.
I mean, I honestly didn't think Democratic Republic of Congo will hold
would
Portugal.
for a draw.
More than that, the miracle that Cabo Verde will hold Spain to a
Spain,
0-0 draw.
yeah.
And Spain, remember, are the reigning Euro champions.
True.
And 2010 World Cup winners.
True.
For me, that
But
is.
you don't know at times. If we've only seen round one, I'm telling everyone, just wait for
Yeah.
round two, round three as well. Oftentimes, teams can be guilty of just being slow starters. Spain lost their first match the time that they were defending the title. We all remember that match very well against the Dutch, how it played out.
Yeah.
Look at Argentina as well. They went on to win the title, but the year began, or the campaign began for them with a loss against Saudi Arabia. So teams can be slow off the blocks at time, but round two definitely tells you much more, because by that time that sense of desperation to qualify as the group topper kicks in. Round two, round three. Of course, teams realize the importance of every match. You don't get a fourth match.
Yeah.
And the good thing with this edition is at least the best placed third teams will go ahead and qualify to the round of 32. But otherwise, if you see, there have been instances where teams have been guilty of being slow starters, but you don't get more time. Second game, and you'll see how desperate teams are going to be on the field.
Yeah. And JM is saying, Ishan hit only 1 century, OB against Bangladesh. Jaiswal, Ritu and even Sanju have 100 but dropped after that. So, what do we say about it? There is so much of time. We haven't discussed Rituraj also even, but Rituraj's forms have also dipped. In the IPL, Rituraj was accused of playing in ODI
But
instead
he
of a
got that
T20.
century right, Siddharth, and he's been good in the first two matches as well.
In the A try series.
In the A
that's
try
been-
series, he
Yep.
was good.
Tilak also. But Tilak is more of a middle order batter in that sense. And Harshit, thank you, man. What for? Because of.
I don't know for what.
Okay.
I haven't sent him chocolates, I can tell you.
Yeah.
But
And-
anyway, I
Okay.
don't know.
So that's about it, folks. I think we can call it quits.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Could. Are there more comments, Pawan, that we can take maybe?
Yeah, introspect is saying, introspect. Some
Okay.
people are saying Rohit record in South Africa is bad. For that matter, even Gill, Shreyas, KL and others don't have good records. Gill has neither played there. Again, we are not looking at record in South Africa as the predetermined to get picked. We are looking at build-up.
Yeah.
If your build-up is bad, then questions will be asked. Yaar, kar sakte ho. See, it's like a normal when we discuss, we going for a big exam. यार तुमने पढ़ाई की थी, did you do this particular point well? Everybody, your relatives, to your parents, to your friends, will all ask, यार तुमने की थी, मुझे तो डर लग रहा है यार. That fear is what is driving most of us in the sense that, see, we don't want him to fail. There's nothing malicious about it. We're not saying, oh, let Rohit fail, yaar. No, we want him to do well so that India does well. But to each his or her own in that interpretation at this point in time. So that is the thing. Anything else? Owen Morgan scored outstanding 100 versus Afghanistan. Well, he hit the most sixes in the World Cup. And Anshu Mishra saying, Harshit sir, it's only after 1986 that no player from Liverpool is featuring in England's squad for the
Wow.
FIFA World Cup.
Wow.
There's no Liverpool player in the 2026
Yeah,
lineup.
there's no Robertson anyway, Scottish, sorry. TAA is not there. Yeah. No, TAA is there in the squad. What's he saying? But TAA, yeah, right now is a Real Madrid player.
Ah,
So, yeah.
wow.
Anshu, yeah, interesting point over there, Anshu.
That is a really good thing. No
Yeah,
player
it's-
from
it's
Liverpool.
all- It's the equivalent of that one, huh? Now, of course, Real Madrid not having any representation in the Spanish squad for the first time. But now I think They made a signing.
Wasn't that the case last edition?
No, this time around the squad, the time of the squad.
No one from
announcement,
Real Madrid.
No Real Madrid player was there. Yeah.
Wow. It's awesome here. Seriously awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point here, Anshu Mishra. We can have this comment for the next episode of Sports Unfiltered.
Yeah, we'll mention it again.
We'll mention it again. Yeah, we can do that. So, yep. Indeed, folks, yes, today not much of FIFA action for the big teams. It's now the minnows, not minnows, the lesser known or lesser football nations that will be participating today. But cricket action also today, there's hardly, you'll now see or under the India A series final, that will be there on Sunday. You've got the ODI that will be there day after tomorrow. And the final one where hopefully Rohit makes an impact.
Tomorrow, most likely, we'll be here doing the build-up to the third and final ODI of this series. Let's see what is it that India can do, in fact, in terms of experimentation. We'll try and make the 11 with you guys. We'll see what are those options as far as experimentation is concerned for the Indian team. Join us tomorrow for the live dugout. Hopefully tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. We'll be here from the Sports Today studio. Thank you once again for your company today. Enjoy the day ahead. Take very good care. Goodbye from Siddharth and me.
Yeah. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubratri, Shabba Khair, eat your vegetables, don't trouble your mother, stay safe, subscribe to Sports Today.
Introspect's just given us something. Can we just take that?
Yeah. Only Real Madrid player go down. Yeah, that's the last one we'll take down. Only Real Madrid player to miss out is Carvajal. Oh, there's no Carvajal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
who is this Dr. Congo?
There's no Dr. Congo. DR over there is Democratic Republic of Congo. In fact, interesting point. Siddharth and I were talking about it. Two interesting facts about Democratic Republic of Congo. The last time they featured in a World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't born.
Yes.
And the time that they featured, Siddharth, if you could give that number stat to everyone. Fact rather.
When the goal was scored, it was DR Congo's first ever goal in World Cup history. Prior to that, they had lost 0-9 to Yugoslavia in 1974. They had lost by similar margins.
You know what the aggregate was? Across 3 games that they played? 14-0.
Oh God. 14-0. Man, oh man. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. More FIFA action, more football unfiltered will be coming in the next few days. Remember, this is the FIFA World Cup season, folks. Football dominates. I don't care what the other cricketing fans say. Football, FIFA World Cup is the World Cup.
It is.
It is
the holy grail.
It is. So bye-bye from me and Arshad. See you.
Bye.